Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and right now there are a lot of people searching for Unity alternatives. If you do not know what's going on, I've done a couple videos on that topic. Now, I don't necessarily think you should leave the Unity game engine. I think it's a great engine. Unfortunately, the management behind it seems to be a little, we'll call it misguided. So if you're looking for a Unity alternative, I'm going to do a quick run through of alternatives that are out there. Every single game engine I'm going to mention today, I have more details of. So if you want to learn a little bit more, I will have links available down below. And we're just going to run through the alternatives that are available. Now I'm going to start with the two most obvious alternatives. So if you're looking for something other than Unity, the number one most obvious alternative is the Unreal game engine. It's been used to make tons of AAA games, getting more and more popular in the indie space. The source code is available. It is free to use up to $1 million. It is free to use if you publish on the Epic Game Store, and they give away a ton of free assets all the time, including the first Tuesday of every month. By the way, like and subscribe if you want to stay up to tune with those giveaways. So Unreal Engine is a natural choice. It's also a very complex choice. Another alternative out there, and the one that's getting probably the most press right now, is the Godot game engine. I've done a lot of coverage of Godot over the last little while, and I'm going to probably do a Unity to Godot tutorial if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments down below. But basically, Godot is probably the most successful open source option out there. It is ideal for 2D games and getting better and better for 3D games every day. So if you're looking to create a game and you're all about an open source engine that runs on Windows, Mac, or Linux, Godot could definitely be one worth checking out. Now we're going to get into a couple of 2D options. Now the leader here is probably GameMaker. It's been around forever. It's been used to make a ton of published games. They were recently purchased by Opera, the browser company, and they now have free versions available, which is one of the big tripping blocks they had before. This is a battle-tested engine. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you are looking to make 2D games, GameMaker is definitely worth checking out, especially because, again, there is that free version available. Every single thing I'm talking about today, actually, has a free version available, which is great progress. I love to see that. Also, in the 2D space, you also have Construct 3. Now, this is used as a bit more of like a flowchart approach. It has been used to make a number of games as well. It does use a subscription model. I know some people definitely do not like that, but people that like Construct love Construct. So if you're looking for just for 2D games, and literally this is 2D games, well, actually, no, they just added basic 3D functionality, but this is pretty much a 2D game engine. If you're looking for a battle-tested 2D game engine with a visual programming interface, Construct 3 is definitely one to consider. Now, in the same area, you also have GDevelop. Now, GDevelop is semi-open source, and it is also free. They've also got some really cool features here, like GDevelop is now actually available on your phone. So you can actually develop your game using a visual programming language directly on your phone. I actually like GDevelop. It's come a long way in the last little while. I put it on my underrated game engines list, and I think that probably was unfair because I don't think GDevelop is really underrated anymore. It's not really as below people's radars as it used to be. It is, again, a 2D game engine. There is some 3D functionality in there, but it is really basic. So if you're looking to do a 3D game, I wouldn't recommend really any of the last three I mentioned, but if you're making 2D games, they're all great options. Another one we have in that realm is the Defold game engine. Now, I love Defold. I've been a Defold fan since basically it was released. This was originally developed by King as their in-house engine for making 2D games. It is battle-tested. One of the coolest things about Defold is it's actually available on consoles as well. It is also free. It's not technically open source, but it is full source code available. And it uses a Lua programming language approach with messaging. It's a very interesting setup. You're either going to love it or hate it, to be honest, but I would highly recommend checking it out, especially for 2D games. It does have, again, some 3D support, but this is a 2D or 2.5D game engine 100%. All right, so moving on from the 2D or mostly 2D only game engines, we got a number of other options as well. If you're looking to create web-ish style games, the number one to probably look at beyond the ones I've already mentioned is Coco Creator. Now, this has come a huge way. It is built on the Cocos framework. It is a full editing environment. It's definitely one worth checking out. Their website's a little ugly at the moment, but yeah, it's a very Unity-like experience. You could obviously tell they took cues from the Unity editor for design. You do have things in there like prefabs, etc. Your programming is done using the JavaScript or the TypeScript language. It has a huge following in Asian markets, a little bit less so in North America, but it's definitely one you should check out. Again, I've done a number of videos on Coco's Creator if you're interested in learning more. Now, the next two we're going to talk about are web-based engines, and the first one here is PlayCanvas. Now, PlayCanvas comes with an editor that is very, very Unity-like. You can check it out. There is the editor right there. If you are comfortable working in Unity today, you will probably be comfortable working in PlayCanvas. It is definitely a web engine, so if bundling for the web, creating for the web, or using some kind of a wrapper to deploy on your platform of choice isn't appealing to you, well, PlayCanvas may not be ideal for you, but otherwise, it's a very, again, Unity-like experience, web first, of course, and you work in the web as well. The engine itself is open source. The editing tools on top are not, and use a subscription-based approach to things, but the pricing is actually quite reasonable. Now, if you do not like the pricing and you're willing to give up some of the tooling, you also have Babylon.js. This is kind of a cross between a game engine and a game framework because there's not as much of the level editing type tools you would normally come to expect. This one is backed by Microsoft, and it is a staggeringly impressive web framework / engine, somewhere, again, right in the middle ground. So if web first is your platform, highly recommend checking out either PlayCanvas or Babylon.js. Cool thing about Babylon.js is it is entirely open source and it is completely free. After that, we've got the Flax engine. Now, this is an up-and-comer, and I'm a big fan of Flax as well. This is pretty much one guy's effort. It's source available, and a number of people have contributed back to the source code. It uses a 4% royalty after you hit certain income levels. It, again, has a very Unity-like feel to it if you work with the editor. It is updated at a staggering rate. It does use .NET, so if you're looking for an exit lane, if you're like a C# developer that wants to put your C# skills to use, Flax is definitely one worth checking out. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier on, but Godot has a C# version available as well. There are a few limitations on the C# version, a couple platforms it doesn't support on the Godot side of things. So for a straight up C# developer, Flax may actually be your best one to look at, other than one we're going to talk about in just a moment. Then we got Wicked Engine. Wicked Engine is actually the underlying engine behind Game Guru Max. Game Guru Max is also an interesting one to check out, but I think it kind of has a different target demographic. This has got a full editor in there, a full functioning rendering suite. You've got multiple global illumination systems. You've got water systems. You've got terrain systems. You've got a ton of functionality inside of the Wicked Engine. This guy is, again, a hidden gem. I absolutely love the Wicked Engine. It is completely free and completely open source, and I really, really highly recommend checking it out. Next up, we got O3DE. Now, this one actually started life. It's got a very long, convoluted history. Once upon a time, there was CryEngine, and you notice I didn't actually recommend CryEngine in this video, and spoiler, I'm not by the end of it either, because CryEngine's been pretty much radio silent for like 2 years now. So I don't think it's a great idea, but this was based on CryEngine. CryEngine 3.4, I think it was. Amazon bought a fork of it. They created their own game engine based on CryEngine called Lumberyard. That never really worked out all that well, and they ended up spinning that project off as O3DE. Now, they've been re-architecting and working on this engine for the last year or so. It is improving at a staggering rate, and this is a game engine that used to cause me frustration to no end, especially when it was Lumberyard. O3DE is really looking like it could be the next big open source thing, and there are a number of big organizations backing this guy up, from the major platform supporters to even Epic Games, amazingly enough. So O3DE is one of the most interesting with the big money kind of AAA style engine in the open source space. O3DE seems to be the best potential in that regard. Next up, we got Unigene. Now, Unigene is probably the closest direct competitor that Unity actually has that not a lot of people use, because Unigene is based out of Eastern Europe originally. You probably know them from the Unigene Heaven benchmark, but their game engine is staggering in its capability, its rendering abilities. You can use either C++ or C#, and I believe also JavaScript, but the big ones there are definitely C++ and C# APIs. So again, if you're looking for another 3D game engine that has C# as the programming option, Unigene is definitely one to consider checking out. Now, their licensing is a little bit different. It's kind of aimed more for engineering over games, but they're getting into the games market a little bit more. One I would highly recommend you check out. Next up, we have Stride Engine. Now, this one's gone a little radio silent in the last little while. I haven't covered it nearly as much as I would like. It's still being developed. This one started life as Paradox Engine, and then due to copyright conflicts, it was renamed to the Zenko, or Zenko 3D. It was made by Silicon Studios, and they ultimately open sourced it up, and it was rebranded as Stride. Now, this is a very Unity-like engine. It almost feels like a clone in some ways, but that's underselling it for sure. But the one thing you'll notice down here, it is C#. The other thing you'll notice is it is open source, and finally, it is free. So if you're looking for another, again, C# 3D game engine, Stride is another one to consider checking out. And then we have a complete white page. Let me figure out what's going on there. Next, we're moving actually to a completely different programming language, and that is Rust. Now, in the Rust world, there are two really promising up-and-coming engines. Now, both of these are going to have some teething pains. They're not ready for prime time yet, but they're going rapidly forward. One of them is Bevy. This is more of a framework than an engine. It doesn't really have the 3D tooling yet. It is intended to come at some point in the future, but it also is a very nice, fast kernel of code. It's ECS-driven, so if you're used to the ECS approach from Unity, Bevy will be quite comfortable for you in that regard. It's also, again, one of the cleaner code bases, and when you get into the world of Rust, sometimes it's just so massively over-engineered. I find Bevy very intuitive and nice to work with. Again, though, the tooling isn't really there. So if you're looking for an editor, but you want to stay in the Rust land, another one to check out is the Fireox game engine. This used to be called Rage 3D. It was rebranded to Fireox. I'm not 100% certain why they actually rebranded it, but this one has, again, a full editing environment, which is a big deal for many people. So if you're looking for maybe trying a different programming language out and you want to consider Rust, again, Rage and Fireox are definitely, sorry, not Rage, Bevy and Fireox are definitely two to consider looking at. And then my final conclusion here, this one is for the Heaps programmers out there. Heaps programming language is very cool. It's kind of a meta language that compiles down to other languages. And one of the most successful game engines on it is a completely free, very cool open source Heaps engine. Now, this was actually used to create Dead Cells and a ton of other successful games. So it is very battle tested. It's a pleasant engine to work with. Now, you're going to struggle a little bit on the community size documentation, etc. This is more of a go your own way, but this is an engine that, again, Dead Cells is one of literally my favorite games that was used to create it, and you can see here it's gone across a variety of different platforms. So this is a battle-tested engine/framework. Just do know you're going to be rolling your own tools a little bit. You're probably on your own a little bit for figuring things out because it doesn't have the massive community that some other things do, but Heaps is definitely another one to consider checking out. And that's just scratching the surface, to be honest. Just go through the backlog of videos on my channel. There are a ton more options out there, but these are some of the ones that immediately jump out to me. So if you're looking for to move away from the Unity game engine and you're looking for alternatives, there's more out there than just Unreal Engine and Godot, although both of those are excellent options. As you saw from this video, there is a ton of options out there. There's even more that I haven't covered here. For example, like there's the Phaser framework, which was originally used to create Vampire Survivors, and again, so much more. Again, just do a quick run through of my previous videos and you're going to see there are more game engines out there than there are days in the year. Literally. So if you are looking for an alternative, the good news is there are a ton of them. But every single one I just mentioned to you today would be viable for creating commercially successful games. Some of them are definitely more of a risk than others. But yeah, there are a lot of alternatives. So if you want to move away from the Unity ecosystem and you are looking for what alternatives are out there, those are some. Again, for each and every one of those down below, I will have some kind of a link that goes with it that shows a video that goes into a little bit more depth, even if it's just like the most recent release or a hands-on or an overview or whatever. So check those links out down below, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.